Hello, everyone. You are welcome to Anchor Network, where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. Lawyers threaten mass action, claim democracy under grave danger in Nigeria, saying, "We view all these desperate moves of the administrations as a descent to dictatorship and authoritarianism." Lawyers under the Lekki Forum of the Nigeria Bar Association have vowed to embark on a series of mass action in protest of recent actions of the government against the people. The lawyers also claim that the latest acts by the government are posing threat to democracy and rule of law in the country. While addressing journalists in Lagos on Monday, Secretary of the NBA Lekki Forum, Ayodele Ademuluyi, expressed distrust at the flagrant disregard for court orders by the Nigerian government. Ademuluyi also lamented the continuous disrespect of the court order by the Department of State Services, a security agency that is under the direct supervision of the presidency. He said, "We unequivocally make this assertion based on the latest flagrant disobedience of a valid and subsisting court order by the Department of Services directing the release of Omoyele Sowore. We, we, we view all these desperate moves of the administration as a descent to dictatorship and authoritarianism." The group also retweeted the United Nations Rapporteur special reports on Nigeria detailing the continued detention of prisoners of conscience, employing terrorism act, treasonable felony, among others, which evidences the attacks on democratic rights. The NBA Lekki Forum asserted that there are ongoing efforts by the government to further impoverish citizens through its renewed charges on cash transactions by Nigerians. He added, "We are against that there is a grand attempt to make more money from already impoverished Nigerian masses with the increase of the value-added tax without implementation of the merged 30,000 naira minimum wage based on the passage of the Minimum Wage Act 2019, either by the federal government of Nigeria or majority of the state government, save for some. We are convinced that except Nigerians rise and resist this descent to dictatorship, the future of rule of law seems bleak. We hereby give notice that in the coming days, if there is no reversal of the attacks on the principles of rule of law, democratic rights and living conditions of the Nigerian masses, we shall be left with no option than to unify with our civil society allies to set machinery in motion for mass action against impunity taking over our land." I think this is a welcome development, and the protest that the federal government is trying to avoid, trying to deter people from, definitely it will come, because you cannot just shut everybody. I think what they are just using to hang Sowore is the issue of a um revolution, which is nothing. They are just trying to hang on that. But the rest things that, the main thing that really cost for that protest, revolution protest now, those things people are not even talking about. All of those things, all those abnormalities, all those things that even these lawyers have really enumerated, they are just making people to forget about it. Everybody just talking about Sowore, and they have divided the masses in such that everybody is just like, "Oh, I'm for this, I'm against this, I'm for this, I'm against this other person." Definitely the protest must continue, and more so, they are making a lot of demands. And I don't see any reason why, somebody who is in his right senses will say, okay, these things are not really genuine for people to come together, because we cannot just continue to keep quiet in this manner and you expect people to just be looking. It's not going to work. everybody needs to come together. Everybody needs to come out, no matter what. I'm sure they are not going to tell people not to protest. They are not going to tell people not to protest because they are looking for loopholes to be able to hang on people. Somebody was even telling me that really, if the so-called president who said he's the father of the nation, even if Omoyele Sowore would have been his son, no, call them, what are your grievances or whatever, if at all they want to pretend as if they don't know what is happening. It's not even matter of trying to woo them, but just listen. Once you listen, just a statement, just one statement would have resolved all of this problem they are creating for themselves. If not that they have other plans against the masses, I see no reason why just a statement would have, loving statements at that would have solved this whole problem. With all the stress they're just putting everybody, causing chaos here and there. To them, they feel they are doing the masses good. You can imagine the president came out today, started talking about on how people should be law abiding. That's all this reckless and lawlessness of Nigerians. Who is not law abiding? Lawlessness. It's everything he just said. It's just what he's doing. Everything is just said. Everything is said about his speech today is just what himself is doing, talking about lawlessness, that Nigeria should desist from lawlessness. Who is not obeying the court order? So guys, these lawyers have really come out saying they have given them some days to be able to put everything in right perspective, to be able to right the wrongs. It's not even talking about only Sowore now, talking about the lifestyle of people, the kind of life, the standard living of people, and the charges the CBN is bringing again to be able to impoverish the people the more. People are already down. I don't know where they want to put them. People are already down. When they are doing all of this, they don't even consider. They don't even consider the masses. Their one is just to put policy that will continue to bring people down, that will continue to make people to be, to be hurting. Honestly, we don't even know the kind of heart they have. The kind of heart, the kind of conscience, whether they have conscience in the first place, we don't even know. Because at times, all this, their behavior and character and policy put together, make you feel that what is going on? What is going on? Does it mean these guys, they have an ulterior motive, or they have other things, that we don't know? But they will come out and be telling you, reading all manner of speech. All manner of speech that even when somebody hears it, you like, these guys are really serious. But reverse is the case, because it is just opposite of what is on ground. It is just opposite. Someone is saying here that Buhari is not capable to head this nation as a civilian. He should resign. We are not benefiting anything from his government. Please come and arrest me because I said this. Just send your DSS to arrest me. That is just all you know how to do. Someone said the NBA protest is baseless if the Supreme Court cannot sack Buhari. Someone just woke up. Let's see if they can match their words with action. That's another thing. Of course they can, but the question there is that I hope they will not even send security men or police to come and disrupt the mass protest, because they are not just, it's like when they hear protest, it's like it's becoming an abomination in Nigeria now. Peaceful protest is becoming an abomination in Nigeria to this government. That is the question people need to ask. If people are going to come out, are they not going to disturb the protest? That is the question one needs to be asking. It's not as if people cannot come. Even with all their threats, the day they arrested Omoyele Sowore, the police came and gave a warning that nobody should come out, telling parents, telling guardians to let their children, or not to let their children come out, because if anybody that comes out, you can imagine that kind of thing. And yet people still came out, and a lot of videos are online, that the way and manner at which the police really treated the masses, it was very, very bad. It was very, very bad. These were the people that just came out, peaceful protest, nothing. They were not harmed. They were not carrying any harms. Yes, police were really, on them. The second time was when they wanted to hold this meeting or a conference when Falana was to lead this thing, just calling people out to be able to enumerate and explain the reason why things need to go, in the right direction, just to enlighten people. Yes, they had to go and seal off the venue. It was later they had to open it after some times. So what does that tell you? Does that really mean that people were going into that conference hall with ammunitions or whatever? Yet you see, we saw the police surrounding the whole place. Why? People are coming for protest. Yes, you don't want them to protest. You're just looking for loopholes, just to make everybody be afraid. They all just want to cause fear into the minds of Nigerians so that everybody will be afraid. You don't want to come out. Everybody will like, oh, I don't want to die, yo. Me, I don't want to die, yo. Who wants to die? Who wants to die? Somebody was talking that you say you don't want to die. The kind of life we are living is it no more than somebody who is just dying gradually, dying slowly. You are sleeping in your house, you know, not well relaxed. You are just like, oh, if you hear bish, bah, bah, any form of noise, you are already up. You are traveling on the road. The same thing, fear here and there, because of kidnappers, because of all manner of things. Light, there's no light. Everybody will be sweating at night. Even in the daytime, everybody will just be sweating. No electricity 247. So what kind of life are people now living that you are just like, oh, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Even when people that are really courageous, they come out for protest, police will not allow them to rest. They start disturbing everybody. So guys, that is just my opinion. I don't know what you think about this mass action by lawyers saying after some days, if things are not being put in the proper place, that they are going to come out with other groups. So guys, I would like to hear from you. Leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.